If you are a new player in Star Citizen and you're wondering what place should I call home, well, today's video is going to show you just that. So first let's go here to Persistent Universe, create your own character. I already have built my preset, saved, that's it, accept it. Now if you are the first time playing this, highly recommend play the tutorial, if not skip it. And here we are selecting the home planet. Before we do that, there are 3 systems right now in Star Citizen: Stanton, Pyro and Nyx. We're gonna go through all of these places and I'm going to show you how they look, how the hangars look, and what is the gameplay that you can expect choosing these places to live. There's a lot to take in, so as a first time player we're gonna go slowly. First we're gonna select the Stanton system. In Stanton system you can select 4 places to be your home: Lorville, Orison, Area 18, New Babbage. I'm gonna go through every one of these cities. I'm gonna show you which planet should you call home. If you're wondering which planet is mine, it's Orison. I love Orison because it's one of the brightest places where you can be. It's beautiful, it's a city in the sky. The next most beautiful to me is New Babbage. New Babbage has a lot to offer. It's a snowy planet, but also very nice, futuristic. The next is Area 18. It's a big city, it's an entire planet city. And then there's Lorville on a dirty Hurston, where is everything like dirty, and I don't know, if you like that kind of thing, Lorville is your thing. As I mentioned, I'm gonna show you now all 4 of the planets so you can decide for yourself which one is the best. So here we are right now on Hurston. This is a planet that is, I would say, the most toxic, dirty, and it doesn't look any special like, for example, Crusader. But if you are into kind of that thing, then the Hurston will be your home. The Hurston, the planet itself, is really cool. There's a lot of things here to do, and the planet will also be terraformed with the new Genesis technology that's going soon live. But for now, it is close to everyone, like every other planet. And also you have a home down there which we are going to fly, that is Lorville. And the cool thing about Hurston and Lorville, this is the place where you can buy all the ships, well, almost all the ships in the game for Alpha USC, and they are cheaper here than everywhere else, because there was a mission a few months ago where everyone played together and Hurston won with the most moved cargo in the space, and they have a discount. So here we are approaching the main home city of the Hurston, which is called Lorville. Be aware that the graphic here is very hard on your PC. So if you want the most neutral graphic option, if your PC is a little bit lower, then go to the Area 18. But Hurston with its clouds, yeah, and the big city which is now even better, then you will have some problems. But overall the planet looks really nice. This is the main reason why I avoid the Hurston. The hangars are too narrow and you cannot park the ships from the side. Yes, you can park some few small ones, but that's it. On Aero View hangars you have like dedicated space where to put all of your vehicles. If you are a player who already have capital ship, I don't think you are, because most of the new players do not have capital ships. But if you are for some reason already bought the capital ship, then flying to Hurston and Area 18 for your main home planet is very important. Here you can land with your ship directly in the hangar. On Orison you cannot do that. You will always get the docking color, which is really annoying. On New Babbage you can also directly land in a hangar. So that's a thing to know.
Good luck on your travels. As you leave our atmosphere, it's important to remember that Hurston Dynamics isn't simply known for its industrial dominance.
So welcome to Area 18. This is how the Area 18 look. This is one of the best places because it's almost close to everything. Only the Nix is a little bit further, and it's, I think, one of the best urban places to live. Also very easy to get to the spaceport. There are no elevator, you just enter the tram and there you are. The hangars look same as on Hurston. So here is the hangar on area 18. This hangar is very nice, but the downside is on the side there is not a lot of place to park all of your vehicles. That is why I recommend choosing New Babbage or Orison, because that's the best hangar in my opinion. And this is the city.
Please visit again.
If you didn't know, an entire planet here is a city. That is obviously taken from Star Wars, but damn, it looks good. Look at this massive city. So this is Orison. This is my favorite place to spawn. This is city in the sky. The problem with Orison is it eats a lot of FPS and you have to fly with the shuttles everywhere if you want to go out of your hangar, but for most of people that's not a problem. This is a gas giant and I really love this planet. So I'm Crusader born and I will be staying here for a long time. It's one of the most beautiful places in Star Citizen in my opinion. And it also has a new air view hangars where you can put a lot of ships from the side. Let me show you. Since I have capital ships in my fleet, I have extra large hangars. And look at that. This is why this hangar is for me the best one. Look how much space here it is to park the vehicles. Look how many ships I already have out. So when I just need to fly out, I'm just gonna hop inside of one of these vehicles and fly out. Even a MISC Hull A can park here without any problems. Christmas is almost at our doors, and if you like the snowy planets, but this one is always in the snow, welcome to MicroTech. The MicroTech can be your home if you like, as I said, the cold winters and snow places always. Downside of this place, it's a little bit far from everyone. Let me show you the map. So this is MicroTech. It's all the way on the edge. So if you want to fly to Crusader, Hurston on Pyro Gateway or even Nix Gateway, it's very far away and you'll need a lot of quantum fuel to reach these places. Of course you can stay on every station and refill, but that takes time. So yeah, I guess you have to pay a little bit beauty with your own time. Now let's go and see the planet. Fun fact about MicroTech. This planet is mostly white and snowy, but it was a failed product of terraforming technology, so there are places where there is nice and green, with the green woods and rushing rivers. Right. So this time we have a dark night here, which is also very nice to show you the planet. This is a new Babbage. If you're struggling to find the spaceport, it will be always with the blinking lights. Look at that on my left side, and you know immediately that there is a spaceport there. So you just fly there above this beautiful city. I will not show you too much. I want you for this to explore by yourself. Downside of MicroTech, it's a little bit hard on your FPS. I have 5090, FD maxed out 4K, and FPS is here in the cockpit 60 and outside of the cockpit 80. Alright, let's call the hangar. So as I already said, MicroTech has a very beautiful hangars, same as the ones on Orison, and even the small ones, look at this, have place on the sides where you can park your vehicle. So this is a medium hangar, and you can park 2 vehicles from sides and also in between, like really good assessment of a space. And welcome to the beautiful interiors of MicroTech. There's a lot of here to explore. You can watch my video where I tested the Vulcan in Star Citizen HDR. It shows a lot of MicroTech, so I'm not gonna go into that. The cool thing about MicroTech is you can go upstairs here and call your ground vehicles immediately. Now if you don't want to take Stanton, you want Pyro. Difference between Stanton and Pyro. The Stanton is a safe place where you can select planet, and if someone kills you, they will be charged for criminal charges and go into the prison. In Pyro, there is no law. You can kill whoever you want, nobody will prosecute you. So if you're a first-time player and you haven't played FPS games or space games, I do not recommend Pyro. But if you have already played like a lot of FPS games, Pyro can be interesting for you because there are contested zones in these stations. We have 3 stations: Ruin Station, Checkmate and Orbituary. All of them are completely the same. Well, not completely the same, but almost the same in design. The only difference is location. Orbituary is in orbit of a beautiful planet. This is why I take this place as my home. Checkmate is in a nebula, but also somewhere in the middle of the solar system, so you can reach everything easily. And Ruin Station is really nice, but it's all the way up at the terminus system at the edge of the Pyro system. So wherever you want to go from this station, there's a lot of flying involved. So that is why I do not recommend Ruin Station. I'm recommending either Checkmate or Orbituary. I love Orbituary because I have beautiful planet bloom just in underneath the station. So as soon as I come out of the station, I will see everything. The advantage of Pyro against Stanton is you will not be on a home planet, you will be upstairs on a station immediately. On the Stanton, when you select it and you select your home, every time you'll be spawning on planet, and then you'll have to like fly out of your planet in the space and then continue. As a first time player, I highly recommended it, but after playing a lot of times, it kind of becomes tiresome and boring. So that is why most of the advanced players are choosing Pyro, because they are already on the station immediately. All of their stuff is on station. They don't have to fly down to the planet. So this is Pyro Checkmate. This station looks almost similar to the Orbituary and the Ruin, so you pick up whichever you like more. The interiors is more of the less same, just a little bit like different placement of the stuff. But this is how it looks, and this is the Pyro. So if you are now, I don't know, maybe a player who enjoys more PvP and a little bit more experienced, I recommend trying Pyro for the change against Stanton. Looks really awesome, and whichever one of these you choose, almost the same experience. I would recommend going for the Orbituary because near the Orbituary you have a beautiful big planet. The location of these stations are here, so Checkmate is very close to everything, and so the Orbituary, it is here around this planet Bloom. Downside, when you are picking up the Ruin Station, you'll be all the way back at the terminus, which is really far away. So now we're gonna go to the Nyx, and then I'm gonna show you the places where you can decide to be your home in Nyx, and that is Levski. My personal pick from the Pyro, if you are into the Pyro, is go on the Bloom, the Orbituary, because as soon as you go out, you will see the beautiful Bloom, and you have my videos about it. I will not post it here, I will not spoil it if you are playing for the first time. Go pick up the Orbituary, you will be amazed. The cool thing about Pyro, in every one of these stations you have contested zones in which you can play a PvP event to collect 7 cards, for which you can claim a ship, a special ship with all military components or stealth components in a special executive hangar. but you will need some time to realize everything about the game until you can actually do that, and you probably need a crew. So if you need a crew, you can always join my Discord. Down below there is a link, and enjoy the gameplay. The contested zones will be here, entrance, and you see here the name, contestants block. Everything that you need on the Pyro stations you have here. You have all kinds of shops, you have medical bay, you have pretty much all that you need, but not in a beautiful style of a Stanton, and that's it. This is the look of the hangar in Pyro. If you are a person who likes to have a lot of decorations and a place to park your ships, you should definitely not pick up the Pyro stations, because here everything is dark, you cannot see a lot of your decorations, and the place to park outside of the main hangar is very limited. Look at even in there. The hangars are not beautiful, but if you like this kind of style, it will be amazing for you. When I need a dark hangar, when I sometimes really enjoy the special darkness here, I will go to the Pyro and play a little bit here, and after that I'll be moving back to Stanton to the beautiful hangars. The stations almost look identical with the minor aesthetical details, and they are pretty magnificent. They are beat up old station, but they really look good. Once you are in the Pyro, this is a little bit for more advanced players or the players who like PvP. Everybody can kill you and you can kill everybody. The advantage is when you are near the station, if someone tries to shoot you, the station will defend you, and they are really powerful with size 10 guns. So that is a little bit of safety, but as I said, if you are into PvP, this will not matter to you. Maybe in the beginning you have problems with the ships until you learn how to fly it, but if you have played Call of Duty or something like that, you know how to handle in FPS combat. You will not have any problems on Pyro. The Pyro is huge and beautiful, and yeah, if you pick up this as a home, this is how does it look. Compared to the Stanton, this is completely different scenario. Next system with its beautiful Levski station. This is marvelous asteroid base. Nix I do not recommend to taking as a new player, because it's a mix of law and not law. Near the Levski everything is secure and safe, but if you fly outside you are easily killed, and Nix is not still developed, and I do not recommend Nix to be your home planet. There will be added 3 planets here. Right now we only have Levski and 2 more stations, so not a lot of content. So if you want a lot of content, if you want to be secure, my recommendation is Stanton, and my home planet is Orison. Here we are in the nebula where the wormhole is. So I'm gonna show you how the wormhole looks actually if you have never seen it before. So to access the wormhole, you will see here these guidelines to the wormhole, and the wormhole will be on the far end of them. All you have to do is fly there in the nav mode, and your ship will automatically start to tune to the wormhole. Since you are going to live in the Nix, you probably have to know how to open wormhole, otherwise you'll be stuck there. So once your ship start tuning like mine here, wait a little bit. There we go, tuning complete. Now we have to activate. We activate by pressing the left click 2 times. This will happen. All you have to do is that. It fires the pulse which opens the wormhole. I think it is one of the most mesmerizing experience flying through the wormhole. And we are pulled in. Guys, we are flying to the Nix. If you pick up the Levski as your main home planet, there will be not much to do here. You will have the Levski, and Levski is pretty good equipped. You will have everything that you need, from shops to the medical base to recreational areas. This station is huge, and it's really easy to access everything. I'm gonna now show you the interior of the hangars, and also I'm gonna show you a little bit of interior of stations. I will not show you everything. You have to explore it by yourself, and that is a beauty of Star Citizen. This huge asteroid is drilled through, and you can fly actually through it. So these are the hangars here. These are the huge extra large hangars. If you have really big ships, you will get one of those, and if you have smaller ships, you will get hangars down there where this huge hole is. There are also pads here where you can land for quick in, quick out. And look at the beauty of this. I think Levski is one of the most beautiful stations. Definitely in the future I will be calling it home, but not right now. Alright, let's not hit something. I'm gonna call my hangar and land. Depending on the size of the ship, you'll have the hangar. And this is the hangar of Levski. It is drilled inside of this huge asteroid. How cool is this? If you want to have a completely different hangar than anything else, then definitely Levski is your station to call a home. The downsides, still there is not a lot of space here, a little bit in the corners, but near the ship there is not a lot of places to park your ships. So that is why I always use the Aeroview hangar on the Orison or New Babbage. And entrance is here, not there or all the way there. So it's a little bit different than other stations. So this is a first thing that you're gonna see in the Nix. A lot of dead bodies. No, it's not some kind of buggies right now. The guards are killing everything. But this is the look of the Levski. It's a rustical look, but not beat up look as the Pyro. Here everything functions, but it's not beautiful as it is on Orison. And because of that, maybe a lot of people will call this station its own home, because it's completely different than anything else. On this side here, you will have hospital, where you can put your imprint if you have not selected this station as your home planet. But if you select it, you will not need to go here. You will be respawning here when you die. And look at this crazy look outside. Like from every part of the Levski, you can just admire outside, watch ships are flying. Crazy good. Some kind of lightning bug. So I'm not gonna show you more Levski. You'll have to go here for yourself to explore it. I've just shown you how the station actually look from inside and outside. And that about wraps our video for today. Whether you choose a Stanton, Pyro or Levski, you will definitely have fun. Some stuff have benefits, so choose wisely. Also, according to your own skills, select the area where you want to play. Stanton is, I would say, easy with most of the content, and you can safely go into the Star Citizen. Pyro is lawless, scary for the new player, and I do not recommend it until you have some experience. And here Nix with the Levski is somewhere in between those two, but right now I do not recommend it until we get more content. Once we get more content, I definitely recommend Nix and Levski. And that is it, my fellow new citizens. Welcome to the verse, enjoy the game, have fun. If my video has helped you, if you finally decided where you should call your new home in Star Citizen, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and also share it with your friend who also wants to start Star Citizen. Thank you for watching, and until next video, have fun out there.